What up, guys? Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning back in, and let's get right into it. So, as you guys can tell from the thumbnail, today I had a pretty little disastrous day, right? It was unfortunately another red day. I've just been red this week, which has not been an amazing feeling at all, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and definitely cover with you guys today what went wrong today in terms of my risk management because the past two other days this week, if you noticed, the red day was a lot more contained. Today I was down around $130, I believe, right under, and the 2 days before that I was down like $40 and then like $33 or something like that. So yeah, I gave back too much today, and to sum it up, what happened today, I don't know if any of you guys can relate, but it was definitely a problem managing emotions. And what I mean by that is I found myself averaging up, and once again I got faked out a few times, and those times I was averaged in, obviously since I was fully averaged in, the loss ended up being bigger than I thought it would because I got faked out with like one of these big green candles. And after I took a big loss today, I just found myself being down like $60 to $80 quicker than I would have liked, and that just ended up making me want to overtrade because I should have really called it in reality because I had enough times to kind of walk away, but that didn't happen, and I just ended up losing more and more money, and I kept wanting to trade, right, just to try and make it back, but in reality I kept losing more and more. And yeah, that's probably relatable somewhat to any of you guys if you guys ever find yourself over trading. But yeah, definitely should have looked to call it. And what has been doing me so basically dirty this week, and what's been doing me very wrong, is the strategy me and my brother use is really well when the market is very one-sided, right? When the direction is clear for either TQs or SQs. And me and him would typically do well when the direction was kind of one-sided the whole day, right? Usually the Nasdaq either would have rallied pretty much the whole day or sold off kind of this past few weeks, and especially half a year with the market really being bearish mainly, right? The direction was really clear because everything was just selling off. And as you can tell from looking at these charts, the direction, although it can seem really clear on the day, there is a lot more chop. And what I mean by that is, like I always tell you guys, the direction isn't as clear, where there are a lot of green candles mixed in with these red candles. So if you put yourself in my shoes waking up to trade, before you see any of, let's say what's to the right, all of this, right? Before you were to see any of that, let's say the market was opening up right around this level, you don't see any of this, right? So as it's playing out, you really can't, it's hard to tell whether the direction wants to actually push up or down, and it's even harder with these big changes of direction. So when the market is being choppy like this, I found that the best thing I can really do for myself is to look at the market in terms of a bigger picture, and try to trade it like that. Sorry, I can't talk right now, but yeah, you really want to try and trade it in terms of the bigger movements on the day, because if I find myself, let's say, buying into TQs on a move up like this and averaging up, obviously it didn't get this huge play up right there like I would have liked, and it would probably ended up flushing me out, because let's say it started to come back down as I averaged up here and it doesn't catch a support here, I don't want to just keep bag holding, right? So if I saw that the market rallied up here in the morning and started to fall, realistically, if I was going to start taking another trade for SQQQ, let's say, for the market to keep falling, that would make sense, and it wouldn't make sense to sell for a break of pattern unless the market pushed above here again, right? Because once it already pushed up here and started getting rejected here, I need to see the Nasdaq push above here again for me to think that the market was really going to try and uptrend, right? But because it never did, you could have ridden it all the way down, and as it came back up, look to keep riding it down for these lower lows and lower highs, right? Because the market never was able to push back higher than here. That should have been a sign that it could have started to fall. And ultimately, what it ended up finding a support here and trying to change direction. And what lets you know about that is that you no longer have these lower lows and these lower highs forming, right? But instead, the Nasdaq starts to actually push up and starts to make higher highs than it previously was just at, right? And then if you'll notice, right after that, when it starts to fall, it no longer falls lower than it was previously at, right? It forms these higher lows now, and it starts uptrending with these higher highs now and higher lows, right? The lows it has here, let's say, were not as low as it just formed here, and that's a good sign it can start uptrending. So you really want to trade it in terms of the range, like I told you, and I'm going to look to be doing that if I find myself getting chopped out again. I usually am able to take advantage of these big moves, like let's say this big clear drop. I was able to make money back that I lost here, but at the end of the day, like I told you guys, I just got wiped out a lot, right? I fully averaged up for plays that really just weren't there. The market kept faking me out, and I needed to do my job and just being realistic and realizing that trying to go with direction all the time wasn't going to work out because the market kept faking me out, right? I should have looked to just traded, like I said, for the bigger picture. Around these levels, when I saw the market struggle before, I could have looked to take a trade on SQs, right? When it approached it again, and it made sense it was going to start to fall again, and you could have ridden another play down, and vice versa, for a support here for TQs up. So thank you guys so much once again for tuning back in. It was a shame that I wasn't able to perform for you guys. I'm really going to try and get a lot better to just be able to share good practices with you guys, right? Because it's not a good feeling to just keep losing money. But if you guys were curious, a trader I definitely recommend is Ricky Gutierrez. That's who me and my brother have been watching for a while, and he definitely killed it today. He offers live trading too. So if you guys want to see what it would have been like to make money today, he was green today. He actually was up like $10,000 to $13,000, something like that. But he obviously does use a lot more money. But yeah, just check that out if you guys wanted to also. I recommend the video. And yeah, thank you guys so much once again. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys again tomorrow. Take care.